Watch Netflix. Eat the bugs. Watch Disney. Don't have a sword. Don't walk around with a sword. That's what they want you to do.
I don't think you necessarily need to dislike Andrew Tate to think that guy's a little weird. Genuinely, there is no one like him. There's definitely people who like him and people who really wish they were like him, but there are probably single digits amount of people who could see him on a screen and say, he's just like me for real, and be correct about it. Me being one of them, because I am incredibly rich and have 7 Bugattis. Hi again, guys, and you've probably seen clips of that Andrew guy going around. He's one of those alpha male forget that you have feelings types. The thing that makes him different is that he talks funny and he's literally everywhere. Sometimes I'll like spread my ass cheeks and look at my butthole in the mirror and I get nervous he's gonna poke his shiny head from out there and jump scare me by calling me poor. So I want to take a minute to listen to some of the stuff this guy says because I wasn't sure if he was being serious the first time I heard it, and I'm still not. If you guys enjoy this video, there will be this big card at the end that takes you to another one like it. And did you know that only 1/5 of you guys are subscribed with notifications on? I just cried because of you, jerk. Please consider subscribing and hitting that bell so you don't miss another upload. It's free, takes 2 seconds, and you can always change your mind later.
I will not have nerds as children. I refuse to have a nerd carry the name Tate. If my son is a nerd, one of us has to die, him or me, and I'll challenge him to Mortal Kombat.
Listen, man, if your kid is a proper nerd, then you are not beating him for shit at Mortal Kombat. Little dude is gonna know character combos like the back of his hand, and you'll be done for. I really wonder what Andrew's expiration date for deciding if his kid is a nerd would be. Like, if by the time his child's age 12 and they still like reading books or playing video games, does Andrew just kill his kid right then and there? I know Tate's a successful kickboxer or something, but a lot of people I know who loved Pokemon in middle school still do, but are also jacked as hell now. Probably doesn't mean anything, but it fighting chance.
I understand that I am too brilliant a man, too perfect in every single metric, too big, too strong, too smart. I can fight too well. I'm caramel, I'm beautiful. It would be a shame.
Listen, your greatest flaw as a man, Tate, is that you are wearing a shirt with a big animal face on it. That panther in the suit he's rocking looks like it could be one of the mob boss SpongeBob pictures you'd see all over Google Images in 2005. You know, just if those pictures weren't the coolest things ever fucking made.
I think that breakfast is the worst thing that's ever happened to humanity. Ever.
Why?
It's terrible. You're gonna wake up and just eat a bunch of food. You haven't had to do any work. You haven't had to hunt for that food, kill that food. You haven't made any money. You've done nothing of conquest, nothing conquest orientated since you've woken up, and you're just gonna sit there and stuff your face.
So you have to earn your meals.
I think so. I think it's undeserved. I think when people wake up and the first thing they do is put food in their mouths, I think it's a bad mental model to approach today with.
The worst thing to happen to humanity ever. If I had to give that title to any meal, it would not be breakfast, it would be lunch. And really, it's for the same reasons Andrew hates breakfast. It's all about conquest. I'll be in a good groove of things in my flow state, getting shit done, and then my bitch of a stomach does some raw XD shit. Growls at you, tee-hee. What if we, like, ate food? Like, for real, shut up, you dumb broad. I'm reading Reddit post, right?
Hi, my name is Instead, I'm 17 years old. I am very similar to you.
Okay, that clip is not of Andrew Tate or his Bugatti, but it is very funny. What even was this setup? What the hell were you thinking opening the passenger side door over water? That doesn't even feel like an angle you could fall into to me. It seems like he was trying to hang from it and then he didn't have the upper arm strength to get himself back up, and then you had this magical video.
I find myself super funny. I find myself super funny.
The laugh, the delivery of the sentence, and the, you know, being bald made Andrew the spitting image of Jeff Bezos in that clip. The only difference is that Jeff is actually the richest man on the earth and not just LARPing about it.
Next time you catch yourself jerking off the Pornhub, even before you jizz, you should sit there and go, this is a waste of 3 minutes. I have to do some fucking business.
So I'm gonna take this as Andrew subtly telling us what he's into. He is big on degradation, apparently. Even before he's nutted, he wants to be told how bad of a job he did. He's also big on punishment, because after coming, he immediately wants to do physical labor. No, wait, not once, he orders himself to. The way he says jerking off to Pornhub makes me giggle too. This imaginary person just has their dick in their hands with the site open, and they don't even click on the video. The UI just gets them absolutely bricked up. Oh my god, your website design is so sleek, Pornhub. Fuck, your interface is so user-friendly.
It's so bubbly, dude. How do you drink that shit?
Don't be scared of bubbles, bro. Come on.
It's actually really not sparkling water. It's real water, but my friend just put his nut in it. That was a joke. It was. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I mean, like, I guess that's funny to you youngsters, I guess. I don't know. Is that like a kid's joke or something? I don't find that very funny, but
sorry.
That's fine.
It won't happen again. I know. Now that's where we draw the line. I get it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
That opening caption with alerts. Attention, Tate does not think Aiden is funny. This is an emergency meeting. Aiden apologizing profusely when he doesn't get a laugh just makes me sad. You should have doubled down, man. Go into the consistency of the nut you just chewed on. Was it salty? Sweet? I need details, Aiden. I wonder if the reason Tate wasn't happy about that joke was because it made him wish he was somewhere else doing something else. Nothing specifically, just other stuff than being in a call with Aiden Ross. Tate has always been presented as, either by himself, people he hires, or people who just like him, as this larger-than-life figure on his Instagram. He's just got huge studio podcasts, supercars on supercars. There's literally no worldly possession he couldn't have, which makes seeing him on a Discord call with people like XQC the most hilarious contrast ever.
When the Titanic was sinking, no one was sitting there going, "Who's a better swimmer, you or me? Who's better in the cold?" Well, you know what, chick? You know what? You're a better swimmer than me. So if I get on the lifeboat because you're a better swimmer, that's bullshit. You're a man and you fucking die. That's the rules. That's the old school duty of masculinity. To sit here and say, well, my chick might be better than they are. Bullshit.
If all women are on the boat and nobody knows how to drive the boat will sink. If nobody's skilled enough to drive the boat, they will sink and die.
That's an entirely out of context clip. You can probably tell from the way you have no idea what the fuck's going on. It's part of a longer stream that I think was at least an hour long, but there is so much shit from it that could make you do the funny rock eyebrow DreamWorks smirk. Listening to them go back and forth on whatever issue they're talking about, I'm honestly never sure what the topic is, would go absolutely perfect on top of the We Cry Together instrumental. We can't do that bit here because it's copyrighted, but just use your brain to imagine it and hopefully have a giggle.
Imagine one day you're sitting in Paris, you're sitting there having a fucking coffee, and terrorists roll through with AKs, and the person next to you has their brains blown out. You're gonna stand there and be like, waiting to die like a motherfucker. I'm gonna be like, bang, oh, I've seen that before. Okay, boom, boom, duck and dive and take one terrorist out, next get the AK, go Rambo. I don't play games.
It's ironic that he says he doesn't play games when he's talking about this situation like it's a Call of Duty mission. Andrew, where did the AK come from? Did it just spawn in your inventory? Sounds like you're playing too much Modern Warfare to me, bud. Also, and I imagine he doesn't do this next thing often because he's Andrew Tate, but the way he made that perfect O with his mouth during that shocked face, mocking someone who had just watched someone die, I know Andrew would do a killer soy face. It would be like the spitting image of the memes of the dude pointing at something behind them. I think if he's really about his trolling shit, he will take pictures of him doing that and post the PNGs on somewhere.
Bodybuilding's gay. I'm just gonna say it. Bodybuilding's gay. This is merged from crying about being hungry, which I've got a valid point on, to bodybuilding, but whatever. Bodybuilding's gay. Bodybuilding is a beauty pageant where dudes try their best to put on muscle so other dudes can say, you're the best looking dude. It's gay. It's super gay.
I mean, like, maybe? I don't know. I can't speak for everyone, but if the bodybuilders I see on TikTok are any reference, the homoeroticism seems like part of the experience for them. I see them talking about fucking each other's dads instead of each other's girls all the time nowadays. That might just be on my For You page, and you guys know it's a bit of a weird one, but these days, the sport being gay seems less like an unspoken truth of bodybuilding and more like a feature. Don't quote me on any of this, though. Do I look like someone who would know anything about bodybuilding?
You cheater, you're cheating. It's bang out the machete, boom in her face, and then grip her up by the neck. Like, shut up, bitch!
As concerning as everything about that entire string of words was, it also feels like a little redundant. So you're telling this girl to shut up, bitch, when you already have your hands around her neck? I don't know, it just feels like choking her would probably stop her from speaking already. Which is ironic, because in this scenario, by telling her to do something she's already done, you'd be the one wasting your breath. Also, maybe like don't choke out women, just in case you needed me to tell you that for some reason. You never know. Somebody could be watching this Kwite video mid-stranglehold. Then they hear me say, hey, knock it off, and go like, shit, he's right, I should stop.
So if I was a woman, thank God I'm not, because I think that'd be a terrible existence. Get hot and get rich, dude. Like, why? And they go, oh yeah, but maybe he leaves you. He won't leave you unless you fuck it up. Just be quiet. Now, maybe you have more than just some big tits. Maybe you're also a nice person. It's unlikely, but maybe you are.
Full disclosure, a lot of these clips are off of TikTok or from compilations, so they don't have all the details of the conversation they're from added. But from what we've seen, this Andrew Tate guy, it sounds like he doesn't care for the whole respecting women stuff that much. Just not really his cup of tea if I had to guess. And the thing I've heard from a lot of people who like Andrew Tate is that it's just a character. He's a massive troll and he's getting reactions out of you guys, and you're giving them to him just like he wants. And like, are you absolutely sure about that? He very well might be. Like, I can't write it off. Some of the stuff he says and the way he says it is so over the top, I'd be surprised if he wasn't doing a bit.
Don't you understand what females are barely sentient.
I'm sure most of us are probably familiar with that type of humor with people we know to at least some degree, but I guess my question is, how much does it matter if you're just trolling or not? When you say the type of women and gay people suck stuff that he does, as often as he does, and the shit he says gets presented in such an unironic way across all of TikTok and all the other places he gets reposted to high hell from. At some point to me, the irony is like a little hard to find, and it just becomes another one of those folks on the internet you see and go, huh, that guy seems a little off. Why's he doing all that weird shit? He kind of seems like an oddball who would suck to be around, but whatever. There's tons of them. For some people, I am one, but it all just kind of melts together sometimes into that general doomer malaise.
Who the fuck on the planet actually uses Siri? Hey Siri, can you Google the nearest gay sauna?
He's right in this one instance. Why should I ask Siri to look up the nearest gay sauna when it would be much easier to type it into Google Maps myself? As Andrew would say, I didn't earn it if I ask for help. I don't deserve it if I'm not willing to put in the bare minimum work. Plus, this way I'll have options. I can scroll through the different ones in my area, read reviews from fellow gay sauna goers, and it's just overall more convenient for me personally. Anyways, that's all I got for today. That card I mentioned should be on screen, and remember to subscribe with notifications on. Remember, don't go after anyone I talked about today because it doesn't help anything. Anyways, this has been Kwite, and I've got some serious pooing to do.